Okay, Evan Strittmatter and Millie Glinsky with us this morning as we talk about the Alice Paul House and the need for this organization and the benefit that is coming up to help fund it. Wow, Millie, these are nice.
They are.
These nice little posters that Millie came up with. Not your everyday barn sale. Little Green Acres action going on there.
Well, also, if you notice one of Queen Elizabeth, that she actually shopped at our sale. So,
oh, did she really?
Yeah, we really did want to get that word out.
Yeah.
And the signs are compliments of Maria Jack. I cannot take credit. Maria is very, very creative.
She sure is. All right, so the Alice Paul House is coming up. Let's say hello to Millie and to Evan. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us here today. So, Trash to Treasure, the Alice Paul House benefit is coming up and very, very shortly.
It's coming up this Saturday. In the first place, I am the president of the Alice Paul House Board, and Evan Strittmatter is my vice president. Mm-hmm. We've worked very hard with our committee, Lonnie Bryce, Lynn Schieffer, Mara Marcus, and Amy Hupko, to prepare for this sale. All donations are from the current and past Alice Paul House Board members and associates. Mm-hmm. So it's been an opportunity for these people to go through their homes and see what they no longer can use, and they can donate it to our sale. And I'll let Evan continue.
All right, Evan, you're up.
And as the name suggests, we have everything from Trash to Treasure. We have some wonderful dry sinks. We have everything from ellipticals to antique furniture to place settings. You name it, and it's probably in the beautiful barn that's at 301 Meadow Lane, which is right across from the West End Plaza. And we'd like to thank Christine Toretti for graciously allowing us to use her barn and use it as a space so we can get all the stuff together to help raise money for the Alice Paul House.
So between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Saturday, folks can come and they can not only get some wonderful things for their home or for their play yard.
Yes.
For their garden, for
their
anything,
sure.
any need at all, you will find it there. Tons of surprises.
Yeah, and how do they go about procuring them? Is it silent auction, or is it how is that?
Everything is priced to sell.
Everything is priced. Well, that's wonderful. So you know right up front. That's a terrific idea. Okay, so that is going to be happening on Saturday, and you've obviously had to put in a lot of work in order to get this all set up. You're finding all kinds of items, I would guess.
It's been a real team effort. All board members have been very participatory in making this an event because the Alice Paul House, as you know, is committed to personal independence for everyone, victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, other crimes, men, women, it doesn't matter, gender, sexual orientation. We want to bring everybody to a point where they feel strong and independent.
And one of the things about the Alice Paul House that is so needed, so vital, is the fact that, Evan, it's open for folks at any given time, and people can call the hotline 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
That's correct. We have a wonderful staff that's always there. Holidays, weekends, anytime, call, and there's somebody there on the other line to help and support you.
And you know that you're talking to someone who has been trained to help you through your issues and to get you the help you need right away. You don't have to wait for the next business day.
Yes, all of our staff is fully trained, and just the amount of work coming from the outside, 3 years ago, becoming a board member, I had no idea all the things that our organization does, and it's really just wonderful to see that we help people the whole way across the spectrum. The things that we help people with, it doesn't affect just one income bracket, gender. It happens to anybody, and it's great to see the Alice Paul House is here in Indiana County to help support those people who are victims of that.
Millie, being on the board, of course, you help to deal with not only the people and the issues that they have, but the actual physical plant of the Alice Paul House and the needs for it and what is going to happen with the Alice Paul House in the future. And it's a pretty bright future, isn't it?
It's a very bright future under the leadership of our director, Audie Boyles, and like Evan mentioned, an amazing staff. We unfortunately did lose our roof almost over a year ago. And Christine Toretti, who is a board member emerita, very generously has given us space in her office building. But we have great plans for the future of Alice Paul House. And we're going to be around for another 37 years. We're celebrating our 37th year, and we have the support, of course, of the commissioners, of the legislators here, and the Planning Commission, and we've got lots of plans to make the Alice Paul House building, staff, and victims top of the line.
We probably would have to go a pretty far piece before we found somebody whose life has not been impacted by issues of domestic violence and assault, either someone that we know, someone whose child or parent or relative of some sort that we know has been attacked in some way and has been helped by an organization such as the Alice Paul House. It's a shame that we have to have organizations such as this, but it's so important that we do. And for this benefit here, it points out not only the fact that you have those physical needs, you have the training needs, but you have the opportunity here for the entire community to come together in support and to show support for those victims by helping to fund what the Alice Paul House does.
Evan, do you want to tell them that we are in all the schools at every level?
And and that's something that our staff does, is we reach out to all the school districts. We go out and, beginning at a very early age, we talk about, teaching kids about sexual assault, domestic violence, to help, reinforce the fact that abuse of any nature is not okay. And again, wonderful staff that goes out and does those things to help teach kids. And, a wonderful outreach program. We're involved with more than just schools. We've had our Bark Against Violence. We were in many, many different places throughout the community to help raise awareness of the issues.
So this event is coming up on Saturday, this coming Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., 301 Meadow Lane Barn. For folks who might not know where that is, could you give a sort of a thumbnail driving directions?
Meadow Lane is directly across from the West Town Plaza, where Big Lots is located, and Central Tractor. There's a road, there's 2 stone pillars. It's called Meadow Lane, and you just go down that road to the very end, and you'll see a huge, wonderful barn that belongs to Christine, and that's where our sale is.
Mm-hmm. And everybody is invited, obviously, to take part in this. It's 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. coming up on Saturday. Trash to Treasure, and you can see Queen Elizabeth there shopping for hats. Or maybe she won't be there at the exact time that you're there, but I'm sure they'll tell you. She was here just a few moments ago.
Well, she asked for a preview, and we thought we needed to oblige.
For the Queen, you'll open the doors a little bit early. We understand, because she always attracts a crowd. But certainly, folks, this is something that you need to be aware of, and that you need to, if you're not going to be able to be there, you need to be aware of the mission of the Alice Paul House, because as Millie said, for 37 years, the Alice Paul House has been here to help people and has provided a service that was sorely lacking here in Indiana County and needs to be able to continue. And as we said, it's unfortunate that there is domestic violence, that there is sexual assault, but it's a problem that's been here for many more than 37 years, and we need to keep this organization good and strong. Anything else folks need to know about this?
Yes.
Millie?
Yes. I'd like to acknowledge 2 persons here. First of all, I am very, very proud of Evan Strittmatter as my vice president. He is our first male vice president, and he's really been an enormous help to me and to the board in general. Of course, everyone knows how I feel about the board. But a special tribute goes to Luke Shively. Luke Shively of McNaughton Brothers has truly helped us with the larger items, getting them to the barn, going to the personal homes and seeing where he can assist, giving of his time and certainly his muscle. So Luke really has been a large part of the reason that this sale is going to have the success that it does.
Yeah. Luke is pretty amazing. McNaughton Brothers as a whole, they do so many things that people don't even know about around Indiana County, and to see what they're doing, even when a month or so ago they were taking stuff down to the victims in Houston. That's how far their reach is, and certainly we want to salute them. All of the members of the board who give of their time for the Alice Paul House, and Audia, a special mention of her too. She's such a wonderful person, isn't she?
She is.
She is terrific.
We all should have her energy.
So there you go. Yeah. Coming up on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., 301 Meadow Lane Barn. It's the Alice Paul House benefit, and everything that you can possibly think of is going to be there. Evan, what's the one thing that you looked at when you said, I got to get that one? You're not allowed to get it, though, are you?
I'm not allowed.
You're not eligible.
No, we get the last pass through. Oh my, there's so many things. I have to say, I really couldn't pick one because there's so many fantastic things
Yeah.
there. I mean, there's just you name it, and there's something for any room in the house. So I really couldn't name just one in particular.
There you go. That's very diplomatic of you. All right, 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. It's coming up Saturday, boys and girls, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., 301 Meadow Lane Barn. Trash to Treasure, the Alice Paul House benefit. Millie, Evan, thanks for coming by this morning.
Thank you, Todd,
Thank you.
for letting us join you.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS AM 1160 and FM 101.1.